If I lose a game, the stream ends. Playing Don Cena.
Don't lose.
Provisionally rapid rated. Okay. I'll have to stay somewhat focused this game.
If Toggy is a bodyguard, is that a Toggy guard?
Yes it is. That's a very good point. Okay, so I'm playing a somewhat new line for me. Because I used to play knight d2 instead of knight f3. Also, I think c5 is a mistake because of bishop e5 check. And now the problem for black is there's no good way to block, because after takes, things will hang for black. Oh, face cam needs to be bigger. Is that better? Sorry about that. Okay, hopefully things look and sound better now. Knight ft7. Yeah, I can smell trouble for black. First of all, there's knight f7, which I think just wins a pawn. Of course, I want to look at this move, but the problem is after takes, this bishop hangs, but then this bishop hangs, and then this pawn hangs. So it's a question which pawn I want to win. This pawn or this pawn? Probably f7. Wait a minute, I have to be careful too. Queen a5 check. This isn't so simple. Queen a5, knight c3 takes, but then the rook hangs. If the bishop retreats, I check and win the pawn. That looks good. Yeah, this knight defends the bishop. Let's do it. This is a very typical London tactic. I show this in my London course, which is still on sale. London Command will give you the lowest price. It's a course I made over 4 years ago. And this is a very typical tactic because very often in London there's tension between the bishops. And especially when this bishop's
Hello,
undefended,
Eric, I love you.
Black can lose material. I love you too, foreskin. Okay, so it's actually a triple fork, but it's also discovery. What do we call this? Discovery plus fork is a disco fork. Yeah, the London course, it was like 8 hours, over 50 lessons, like various tactical ideas. Okay, so this is a line I just was calculating. And the problem for black now is there's 2 threats. I guess this defends against both. Bishop h6, blocking my path to h7. But then still queen h5, and then if g6 I win the bishop. If king moves, I mate. King d8, knight f7. Oh, there's not a funny line. So I was calculating bishop h6, queen h5, king d8, knight f7, king c7, then queen d5. Oh no, my queen. And after takes, it's almost mate. Except knight takes d5 is not legal because the knight would be pinned. But that would be such a cool mate with a king here, the knight controlling these 2 squares, this knight controlling b6 and c7, and the bishop filling in. It's hard to make that happen with the queen here. So maybe I would just castle and then try and set that up. Yeah, opponents realizing their doom. There are cases where like the knight could be trapped, but I think from this position, there's more cases where the knight will still be a useful attacking piece. So for this game, I'm not playing a random sub. Although maybe this opponent could be subbed for all I know. I just hopped in the 10-minute pool. I'm still trying to break 2600. I'm not sure if, like, when I play a provisional player, I might still gain rating, but I don't know if I'll gain more than, like, half a point. Hopefully we'll find out soon.
please don't lose.
Well, thanks for saying please. It's a magic word. Okay, I could take what to do. I think I'll just castle. That was the original plan. Just unpinning the knight. I'm really hoping black plays this. And a6 will lead to the most beautiful line. There's another natural looking move, knight f6. But this probably just gets mated somehow. Queen e5. Okay, cd4 I think is very similar to the a6 line. Against a6 and against this, I think queen d5 is working. It's crazy, but queen takes d5. My queen will be hanging.
Hey.
And my knight will be hanging. Hey. Hey, future YouTube. But if takes... Yeah. It's mate. It's such a weird mate. And if this is captured, it's mate. Oh no, my queen! It's so beautiful. Because two things can be taken by pawns. And the king looks like it has breathing room, but it's being strangled from all directions. And it's cool to have seen this idea like many moves beforehand. Because I was just fantasizing earlier, but sometimes fantasies become reality. Yeah, so there's a mate in one threat. I had to double check everything to ensure like there's no crazy things for black. Like these moves actually both just run into this. Oh no, my queen. That's a very feel-good move. I'm trying to offer my opponent an early Christmas present. Someone says, I think you missed Maiden 1. Yeah, I already know. I missed Maiden 1 against Hikaru. Queen c8. But it's not haunting me too much. Okay, knight c6 prevents mate. Knight c6 makes me sad, though. My queen wasn't taken. So I think I'll play queen d6. King b6. Oh, where's the mate? I could also just take... Can I take the pawn? I could take the pawn. That's such a funny move. No, I can't take the pawn because the king has a b8 square. Okay, I almost hung my queen. That's why you always have to realize what changes in the position. Yeah, black now does have a threat. So let's start with this. And then I'll just take the pawn. And now this is pinned. Everything in black's position is kind of stuck. Is black in Zugzwang? Is the bishop stuck, the rook stuck, the knight stuck? This has no moves. If here I have queen here. Maybe a6. I'm still looking for queen sack ideas. Oh, bishop d2. Okay, so the bishop wasn't trapped. Opponent wants to take and win my bishop. So I think I'll play knight d8. It's kind of a stylish move. Idea after bishop c3, I take the knight. And if takes, it's mate. There's a line, bishop c3, bishop c6, bishop e4. But then queen e6. That looks pretty good. Hey, it's Gari. What's up, Gari? If you're just joining, I had a funny oh no my queen moment. But opponent didn't take it. I took on d5. It's such a cool mate with the minor pieces.
Gory.
We haven't heard gory bits in a while. Yeah, shout out to Gari. Links to his Twitch and YouTube are in the chat.
Toggy
Hey!
toggy toggy hi Eric, I got my 7th norm lol.
Oh, let's go. 7th I am norm. I don't even have 7 I am norms. Okay, opponent's setting up for the next game, kind of. Well, congrats to Gary. Also, where's my mate? Play this move? No, that hangs a bishop. And why is this kind of difficult? Queen c5, king here. Okay. This move? Maybe just a4. a4 looks good enough. Just reinforcing the bishop. Hugging the queen. Yeah, this is very kind of cruel punishment for black. But the opponent's still trying to survive. And now I have a5. Wow. So knight's pinned. The queen has to take. That's the only legal move. And then I'll win the queen. And now queen c5. Idea rook a1. Just kind of hard to stop. I mean, there's bishop c1. Thank you, Brad McClelland.
Looking forward to getting an Oh No My Queen hoodie for Christmas. Smile.
Smile. Yeah, you can use the merch command. Whoa, it's I'm a possum.
Lifong is too shy to ask, but he wants to ask you out on a chess date this fine evening.
I'm collabing with Lafong next week, actually. It's probably gonna be the final collab of the year. Also, good game to my opponent. Okay, I'm collabing with Lafong at 2:30 p.m. Central Time on December 30th. That's a Thursday. So, if this goes on YouTube before then, be sure to mark it in your calendar. Also, hi to YouTube.